Yo! My name is Stretch, and I'm super excited for Clash coming back in League of Legends. I had a fun time with it in the beta, and I want to make sure that you guys go into Clash prepared with some reminders of things you should know, but you're likely going to forget during Clash because there's a lot going on. Number one, make sure that you've got 5 people on your team who have the same goal. If your goal is to go in and have a good time, troll around and see what the field looks like, see how hard it actually is going to be, sure, go ahead and do that. But make sure that you have 5 people who want to do that all together. If you have 4 people who are trying to win, and one guy who's trying to scope out the field and have a good time and play singed mid, your 4 people are going to be mad at him, and the 5th person's going to wonder, why are they mad? So just make sure that before you go into Clash at all, you have 5 people who are all on the same page in terms of what they want to do. Maybe it's 5 people who just want to learn and get a little bit better while getting increased rewards that you can't get in Flex. Cool, that's awesome. But make sure that you have 5 people who want to do the same thing going into Clash. If you have a difference in goals on your team, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to perform well on the format. So number 2. When you have teams that are trying to stall really late, you've got Lux, Anivia, Sivir, Victor, champions on the opposing team who can clear waves really easily and stop you from pushing turrets like you want to and pressing your advantage, threaten the neutral objectives. If Baron is up, go walk over there, clear some vision, see if you can't set up a pick. You don't have to immediately kill the Baron, especially with the additional health on it, the additional AoE damage. It's a lot more difficult to take early on now. But you need to pull the enemy out from underneath their towers. If you're winning, the enemy is going to do everything in their power to stall out your momentum and slow you down. So make sure that you're taking dragons, you're taking barons, you're threatening their blue buff and the red buff, you're starving them out of their jungle. Going mid lane and pushing down mid is not the only thing that you can be doing. So if you notice that your gameplay is slowing down when you've got the advantage, go and do something else. Try to pull the enemy out from underneath their turrets. Number 3, make sure that you keep your vision control up. There's going to be times in the game where you start to fall behind and you're going to be getting picked off. Make sure that you're not going for wards that are too greedy depending on where the game is at. If you're on the defensive, your wards should be closer into you, on places that you can get to safely so that you don't get picked off while trying to put them down. If you're on the offensive, go ahead and push up. See if you can't get that deep ward into the enemy jungle so that you can start denying those camps, so you can get picked off in rotations. And in the early game, make sure that you're keeping control of all of those jungle entrances. If you want to deny the enemy jungler from getting ganks on you, control the ways that he leaves his jungle. Make it so that he's got to get creative in order to get in for those ganks. Otherwise, it's going to be really easy for him to get in and start setting you behind in the early game. I'll put a little visual up here so that you guys can see exactly some key and ward locations for you to be defending, depending on what stage of the game it is. It's not going to be super specific, but follow the green dots. Depending on what the portion of the game is that you're in, try to pull the ward line in if you're behind, push it forward if you're on the offensive, and then control the river jungle entrances if things are neutral. That's the kind of general rule that you can follow. Number 4, the harass that you're going for is likely less important than the farm that you're missing to get it done. Let me say that again. The harass that you're going for is likely less important than the farm that you're missing to do it. If you're top lane and you're Jace and you're like, oh man, I'm really pushing this guy out of lane, I'm really focusing him down, I'm really getting these auto attacks in, he's losing a lot of HP. If you're missing 3 and 4 minions to make that happen, then you're not getting any value out of it. You need to make sure that if you're zoning someone off of a wave, that you're actually getting last hits yourself, because if you're missing last hits, there's likely someone else on the map who's not missing last hits. And your goal as a player should be to have the biggest impact for your team that you can possibly have. How do you think high elo players get to high elo? Because in bronze, silver, gold, low, mid, upper platinum, dude, all of it, people don't know how to last hit to the best that they possibly can. They'll be so busy on harass that they're going to get suddenly 20 minions behind, and then the other person who's just been hanging out, popping potions, and then getting whatever creeps that they can is going to pull ahead slowly and then slowly take over the lane and then the game. Make sure that you're getting your last hits, and then that's going to be what fuels your actual impact on your lane and then the game. Number 5, make sure that you keep your communication up. In the early game, you want to make sure that your jungler is telling you where he thinks that the enemy jungler is, what his routing is going to be, where he wants to go gank. He's going to be asking for who's got summoners. And as your team goes, you need to be providing where are ward locations, what are the summoner spells of the lanes, that sort of thing. Is dragon coming up? Is it a Drake that you're even interested in? Can we dive? You want to be able to give all these things out vocally because that's going to be what accelerates your game. There's going to be teams in Clash who are making rotations very quickly, or at least they should be, and having a 3 to 4 to 5 second lead on that objective that they're trying to go for is the difference maker in who gets that objective. League of Legends is a game of seconds, so the team who makes the call, the team who makes the decision to go for something first is going to have a massive advantage, whether it's Baron, Dragon, turrets, blue buff, red buff, scuttle crab. It doesn't matter who or what it is. The person who makes the choice first and turns for it and goes for it is going to be the person who likely ends up getting that objective. So make sure that you keep your communication lines open, or funnel the information to your shot caller if you've got one. If you don't have a shot caller, get one. Someone's got to suck up the responsibility and, I guess be a scapegoat for everyone else. But you should have a friend on your team who is willing to make the call, and then whatever the call is, follow it. If it seems bad, just go for it. If 5 people going for the wrong call is better than 4 people and 1 guy going for different calls. It's better. Trust me. Even if a call seems sketchy, you're likely going to do way better if 5 people commit to it. And a lot of times it'll work out as a result of it, especially if that decision's made quickly. So that's 5 things that you can go into Clash with to try to increase your odds of winning. Like I said, they're largely just reminders, but either way, make sure that you don't forget it. And have your teammates watch this video before they head into Clash, man. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Let me know what you think of the video. And if you want more content, just hang out, man. It's on the way. Check out my stream, twitch.tv/stretchtime, and I guess follow my social media. There's links in the description. I'll see you guys around, and peace out.